Hi, and welcome back to the Suburban Chateau. My name is Stephanie Everett, and I'm excited to have you along today. We're going to be doing a little bit of an Earl refresh in my living room. Now, the last thing you saw in the living room was, of course, the Bridgerton makeover. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I love to use slip covers, and I love to mix things up for the different seasons. But today, I'm excited. Last year, at the end of the season, I purchased a tray from, I think it was TJ Maxx, but it was a Shabby Chic tray. And if anybody knows me, I've been following Shabby Chic since the start. I was cottage core back in the 1990s. So I go way back to cottage coreness. We just didn't know it was called cottage core at that time. But I've been a subscriber to Victoria magazine since the very beginning, and I love Shabby Chic. But I found this tray. And I didn't realize I bought it last year, and I stuffed it in a tote at the end of the season. And here is the tray, Shabby Chic, Rachel Ashwell. I absolutely loved these beautiful pumpkins. I love the flowers. I loved the gingham. Everything here says harvest, those last few flowers of the summer. And I decided this is going to be my jump off point. You know me, and finding something that really inspires me. And I can't wait to share with you our fall refresh of the living room. Now, once I found that tray, my wheels started spinning. I actually found it in midsummer, and I'm like, where did I get this tray? I couldn't believe it. It's so perfect. I love the flowers. And I started to think, how am I going to incorporate that into what I already have? Now, if you'd watched the Bridgerton makeover, I found a slipcover in cream. It's sort of a metallocé fabric. And I found that I made that 25 years ago for sure. It was stuffed in a tote, and I didn't get it out until we had the Bridgerton makeover. And when I saw that tray, I thought, I think I could keep that cream slipcover and just switch it up, change some things, turn it over to the fall colors. And then how am I going to get the flower concept out of those pumpkins? I just think it's so awesome. So I was flipping, of course, Facebook. They must know. I know they know what I'm thinking. Like they're in there messing with my mind all the time. But the Vermont Country Store ad came up with an incredible set of red curtains with florals and fruits. Everything that is harvest time. And I clicked on the link and went to Vermont Country Store, and there was no way I could afford them. They were way over $100. And just for a quick fall seasonal change, I wouldn't have paid that for curtains. And I thought, something in my mind tells me I've seen a fabric just like the fabric in the Vermont Country Store ad. So I showed you a little picture of the Vermont Country Store picture, and then I went down to my fabric stash in the basement. And I went right to this fabric. I have been sitting on this fabric for at least 15 years. It's not enough for a slipcover. It's just about, I think it's about 4 yards or maybe 5 yards. So it's enough for curtains, probably 84 length, but it's not enough for a slipcover. And I got pretty excited because it is the blue version of that very same Vermont Country Store. Now, this is a Raymond Waits fabric, and I'll take a better picture of it, but you can see the florals. It's got fruit, it's got grapes, and of course, if you've seen my living room, I have this incredible blue chair, and of course, it incredibly matches my incredible blue chair, and of course, I have a burgundy carpet. I know, I'm from the 90s, it'll be okay. But so I'm gonna turn this incredible fabric into some beautiful drapes, put them behind my cream slipcover, and then we'll let the transformation begin and we'll see what happens. Very exciting. Now here is the incredible Raymond Waits fabric that I found. that totally captures the spirit of the Vermont Country Store curtains that I saw. It's got the peony rose type flowers, big fluffy flowers. It's got the grapes, it's got pears, it's got harvest, and all of those incredible colors, that beautiful blue that I have the chair that matches exactly. Of course, the burgundy of my carpet. It's got just all those colors to me that say harvest, fall, and I'm going to turn around such a quick transition to curtains. I think they're going to be super fun and easy, and I'm going to line them, but put them together in such a quick fashion. I think you're going to really enjoy. So to start my Raymond Waite's curtain project, I laid my fabric out on the living room floor, and I was going to line it with a tablecloth that I purchased. And the great thing about that is it's already hemmed, and it's the right size because I knew it was 84 long, and that's the size I wanted my curtain panels to be. I had to cut a little bit off the side. I think the tablecloth was 60-inch. And my material was about 54-inch wide. So it was a really easy way to line the curtain. And then I just lined everything up. I pinned it all in place. And then I was able to sew the seams together. And it was a fairly easy process. I sewed the top and then the 3 sides. I left a little space, of course, for the rod. And then once I sewed around that, I turned that inside out and added the rod pocket. So here I took my industrial machine and I sewed up those seams, once across the top, then the 3 sides, and then turned it inside out and made that rod pocket for the curtains. So once I had my luxurious curtains up, I turned to the rest of my inspiration. If you watched my earlier video, you learned a little bit about my painted pumpkins, and the inspiration was, of course, that same tray. So I made some gingham checked pumpkins and some floral pumpkins as well, and I was pretty excited to see how they looked against that tray. Here's the gem of my whole find. I found this velvet pillow with the beautiful satin roses at my local TJ Maxx. And I said to other people, I said, if I were a pillow, this would be me. But I really love that pillow, and I thought it looked great on the blue chair. And now I'm going to assemble the whole look. And I'm just going to keep that cream slip cover. And I had an awesome granny square crocheted coverlet, put that on the back. And then I found this tremendous needlepoint pillow at my local Michael's store, of all places. And next I thought I would add a few silk florals to kind of finish off the touch. And I just put some things together. I had bought some bunches at Joann Fabrics and, of course, Hobby Lobby. And I just kind of wanted to combine those colors that we saw in the pillow, that sort of that pumpkin color. The blue is beautiful, and then I loved some of those berries as well. And then, of course, the cream color, just like the slip cover, I added that in as well. And I made a couple of these copper arrangements, and I thought they really turned out nicely. Well, I was quite pleased with my final outcome with my fall decor. I loved making the pumpkins, the gingham and the floral pumpkins were so much fun. And I really enjoyed making the Raymond Waite's curtains. I absolutely love that fabric. It was so wonderful to finally see it go to use. And I just loved putting all of these harvest colors together, the blues, the pumpkins, the burgundies, and of course that pop of cream. And maybe it's a little bit different than normal fall colors, but I think it really went well together. And I'm very excited about that Shabby Chic tray that was the inspiration for the entire look. Thank you so much for joining me for our fall refresh of the living room. I hope you got some inspiration. Go looking through your fabric stash. You never know what might be in there. And I'm pretty excited with how things turned out. I'm so thankful you joined me for this episode of Suburban Chateau.